Ethiopia is about to hold elections, and Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's Prosperity Party is widely expected to win. But what then? Ethiopia seems to once again be on a collision course with Eritrea over old and new grievances, including access to the Red Sea. And this time, the conflict could draw in others.
The regional powers from the Gulf and the extended Middle East, they all have a vested stake in this conflict. Some of them want one faction or the other to defeat one.
Let's take a step back. Ethiopia is one of the world's largest landlocked nations. It lost access to the Red Sea when Eritrea became independent in 1993. Abiy has said his country is in a geographical prison, and in February got blunter. For Ethiopia, this isn't just about imports and exports. The country already has a deal with Djibouti to use its port for that, though it complains about the fees it has to pay for the privilege. But Eritrea and Ethiopia, which went from fighting a decades-long war that ended in 2019 to being allies during Ethiopia's incredibly bloody war in its own Tigray region from 2020 to 2022, have since fallen out again, hard.
And now the Eritreans are supporting groups inside Ethiopia who are attempting to overthrow or at least make life extremely difficult for Prime Minister Abiy.
Tigray, as well as the much larger Amhara and Oromia regions, are home to militias battling the government. Egypt and the UAE are also closely involved on opposing sides.
You could argue that the Ethiopian government has been something of a client state for the United Arab Emirates for some 6 or 7 years now. And as such, it has been supported and armed by the United Arab Emirates, and that has gotten it involved in the conflict in neighboring Sudan.
And there is an alliance now, at least in part, between the Eritreans, Sudanese armed forces, and the Egyptians. So that's the one alliance. The other one is the UAE and the Ethiopians with the RSF. So you have two parallel alliances which are hostile to each other.
So you have an ambitious leader who wants to change his country's borders by force, backed by forces accused of genocide and rampant militias. What could go wrong?
Unlike the war that killed hundreds of thousands from 2020 to 2022, this one might see regional spillovers and the involvement of multiple players from across the region.
The US-Israeli war with Iran has hit Ethiopia's economy hard and has the UAE distracted. But the danger of open conflict and wider war in the Horn of Africa remains dangerously high.